Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be discussing what I thought of the latest and super entertaining episode of AMC's The Walking Dead. Now before I begin, of course, and I keep talking for too long and going into too much detail, please be warned this is a spoiler-filled episode review. Again, this is going to be full of spoilers regarding key scenes, plot details, shocking moments, all that jazz. You know the drill. So this is your spoiler warning. Okay, spoilers starting from here on out now. What an episode. God, we finally got the thing I was looking forward to seeing. Honestly, I thought it was going to happen last season, but then it never did. And then I was pretty confident that was going to happen this season, and it did. Negan and Beta have finally met. Yes, it was pretty cool towards the end of the episode when Negan finally introduced himself to Alpha, and they actually met each other face to face. Because as the episode went along, I thought, wait a second. Was he introduced to her off screen and they met and she's like kind of making him like a test subject or like making him prove himself or something? That seems like a waste of a potentially awesome scene. But nope, they saved it for the end where he finally formally introduced himself, went as far as to kneel in respect towards her, which was pretty incredible, I thought. But God, I loved seeing Negan and Beta in scenes together. The way Negan gets under his skin, pun intended, and just Beta's like constant irritation with him, trying to kill him a couple times, and just his overall resentment towards him. I love him. It's not only great because they're both enormous behemoths in terms of like physicality and strength, but they're also super different in terms of personality. Like Negan's got a mouth on him, and he's got a lot of charisma and personality, where Beta is very closed off, very centered, and very quiet. But he can also be incredibly vicious, just like Negan. But God, I just love seeing the two of them together in scenes. It was so damn entertaining to watch, and also just super funny. Just seeing Negan constantly provoking and pissing off Beta was awesome. And something else I loved about this episode is that I think Negan got a taste of his own medicine when they showed him digging the hole, helping kill the boar, and then not even being able to enjoy the fruits of his labor, meaning Beta denied him any food or any meat to eat until he's earned his place. And then Negan, still trying to be all defiant and whatnot until Beta very forcefully pushed him down. You could tell Negan wanted to hit him back, but with Alpha watching, he decided to keep his cool, and he's like, it's cool, man, whatever, whatever you say, boss. But I gotta say, I think Negan got a taste of his own medicine in that sense where he used to do the same thing to Rick and his people and everybody else he subjected to. He would make them work really hard, so they would earn their keep or earn something, whether it was food or supplies, and then he wouldn't give it to them or he would deny it to them. And I think that's exactly what Beta did to him. He's like, okay, dig this hole. That was a lot of hard work. Help kill this boar. Oh, guess what? You don't get to eat any of it because that's just the way it is. And I think, that's the tables have turned on Negan, and he's starting to feel like what it was like to live under someone who was more powerful and intimidating even than him, which I thought was pretty interesting, at least for Negan's character. I really thought, wow, he's actually seeing things from the other side for once. Now he's getting a taste of what it's like to be subjected to a bully, basically, because you could argue Beta is a bully, at least a bully to Negan, and now Negan's experiencing that. The rest of the episode I enjoyed. I thought was really exciting. Eugene made contact via long-range radio transmission with some woman from another far-off community. I'm not sure if this is something that plays out in the comics or not, and frankly, I don't want to know. I've kind of inadvertently spoiled a lot for myself by reading ahead, and I'm trying not to do that anymore. So I'm not sure what the story is with that, but I think that's very potentially exciting. She sounds like more of an ally than an adversary, but, time will tell. I liked the Carol Daryl storyline in this episode, because I liked how even Daryl of all people was unnerved by Carol's actions, and I think that's just showing how unhinged she's becoming, or at least how determined she is to take Alpha down no matter what. I also love Daryl's absolute zero regards for giving a shit survivalist instincts, where he just grabs a nearby walker, cuts its belly open after breaking its neck so it can't bite him, and then just smearing its guts all over his face so the walkers just pass him with no incident. I mean, that was spot on, brilliant, and it was so nasty, but it was also such a Daryl thing to do. Gosh, what a great episode. I think, there's a lot of great moments, but I think the one I enjoyed the most was simply Negan walking blindfolded, escorted by the Whisperers, and Beta almost losing his cool and taking his head off with his two knives before Negan kind of calmed him down. And then also at the very end where Negan finally introduces himself to Alpha and then actually kneels in submission or respect to her was pretty damn awesome. What else is so interesting about this episode is there's been no shortage of villains in this series. We've always had our share of baddies, and they've always come with their henchmen. I don't think we've ever had a season, nay, a scene, where we've had two big villains, are two major antagonists, the people who threaten our survivors for whatever storyline we're in, ever meet face to face. Because Negan never met the governor, and vice versa. And there's tons of Gareth, the leader of the cannibal hunters, never met the governor or Merle or Negan or anybody else like that. There have been a ton of bad guys and henchmen on the show, but never have we had two such big villains meet face to face, and that's incredibly exciting. Although you might argue that Negan isn't necessarily a villain anymore. There might be some villainous traits to him, and he may have a card up his sleeve that we're not aware of. He might sincerely want to join the Whisperers. However, this could be a play for him to gain their trust and learn what they know and do God knows what with it. But I am so excited to see where this relationship between Alpha, Beta, and Negan goes from here. And there's only 2 episodes left of this first half of the season so far. The mid-season finale won't be for another 2 weeks. So we have one more episode next Sunday, and then the Sunday after that is the big mid-season finale before the hiatus they go on until the show returns, most likely in February of next year. So what did you guys think of tonight's episode? How much do you love Negan and Beta having screen time together? Do you want to see more of it? I sure as hell do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on The Walking Dead, on this show, on Fear the Walking Dead, on the new Walking Dead series, and hopefully we'll get more information soon about the movie trilogy that was announced almost a year ago around this time. Have a great rest of your night, guys. Thanks for watching, and of course, until next time, may the Force be with you.